Which are some of the best conjunctions to have with Rahu? Is it Jupiter? Is it Sun, Moon? Is it Mars, Saturn, or is it Mercury and Venus? Yes, you guessed it right. Let me see how many of you can guess it. Write it down in the comments. Pause this video and write it down in the comments. Well, you have to understand what's Rahu basically. Rahu represents that perpetual desire within you and me and everybody else, which says that you will always be happy in this material world. The only reason you are not happy is you lack something which somebody else has. The moment you have this or that which he or she has, you are going to be happy in life, right? But the problem is, it's like a donkey's carrot. Today you get something, then you want something more, then you want something more, right? So, therefore, when it comes to Rahu, you have to understand that during Rahu Dasha, it can make you feel very dissatisfied, not because you are doing bad in life, not because you are falling back in life, not because you are not good enough, but because that's the job of Rahu. He tells you that you are not good enough. Yes, do you have this voice within you which tells you you are not good enough? You need to get something which somebody else has, and when you have that, only then you will be happy. And without that, you can never be happy. Uh, is there somebody inside you who tells that that's actually Rahu? So, if you need to know who are the best friends of Rahu, well, of course we know officially, but just see the planets which are very close to the sun, right? Because we at higher level, we are the sun basically, because the sun represents the soul, right? We know the answers are Mercury and Venus, because one, Venus represents the opposite sex, and Mercury represents money, wealth, power, influence. This is what Mercury represents. So, one of the famous acharyas of the Gaudiya Sampradaya, Baldev Vidyabhushan, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, he says that money and opposite sex are the two most dangerous things for any sadhaka, right? So that does not mean that you cannot have a family, you cannot be married, or you should not have a job. But it means that if you do not have spiritual practices, then these two things can make you keep taking birth again and again and again. Okay. So you can be a millionaire, you can be a billionaire, absolutely fine, nothing wrong with it. But Mercury and Venus cannot be, or should not be, or rather must not be the goal of our life. The goal of our life should be to have a good family stable, and have good money, but along with that, to finally end up in the spiritual world, to perfect ourselves spiritually and receive enlightenment by taking shelter of a guru, a bona fide representative of God, and by that we can obtain fulfillment, because Mercury, Venus, they exemplify many shlokas from the Bhagavad Gita. Okay. So for example, like Lord Krishna says, na ya shastra vidhi musrijya vartate kamakaratah nasa siddhim avapnoti na sukham na param gatim. So one who derides the instructions of the scriptures, they do not attain perfection, or they are not happy in this life or the next, right? So Mercury, Venus can sometimes make you feel that, oh no, not now, you'll be happy in the future. But always remember, whoever you are, however you are, wherever you stay, there will always be something in this material world which will make you unsatisfied. Not because you are not good enough, but because that is how the material world is. You will have dissatisfactions always. So, tolerate those dissatisfactions. Do what you can at the best of your capability. And then in the morning, do spiritual practices like chanting mantras, reading the Bhagavad Gita, the Srimad Bhagavatam, or if you belong to a different tradition, then the Bible, the Quran, the Dharmapada, the Torah, or whichever tradition inspires you, and try to associate with spiritual personalities of your tradition within the weekends. And once in a quarter or once in a year, try to visit places which are enriching and bubbling with spiritual enthusiasm and potency. Okay, that is how you will not fall into the trap of Mercury and Venus. Thank you.